baby dog girl.
All right, good. Now we're live using the location's Wi-Fi, and we are live on YouTube. So this is my folks' house. I'm on their deck near their pool. I have the dogs, and I wanted to test the quality of streaming over Wi-Fi, as if this works at Wi-Fi latency and everything, then it should also work if with a wired connection. If we set up cameras out here, and if we set up equipment here, the dunk tank would be somewhere right there in the middle of the screen, and probably I have no idea who else would be involved. We would just need the one person. Yeah, and I guess we'd have two cameras set up out there, maybe a third, if I feel like. So I've got a decent technical assistant for this one, I think. Yeah, it's Wi-Fi, so it might not be the best, but I'm hoping that if it's good enough on Wi-Fi, it'll be good enough for wired. So we'd have a dunk tank out there. I would be reading the court's opinion. It takes about 90 minutes to read through the court's opinion without any dunking. And people would be donating or sponsoring or whatever with money. And then when we reach certain thresholds, we're thinking like every $100, then the dunk happens as soon as we reach that threshold, with no warning to me or anything. Just pull the cord and go. Now, normally a dunk tank, you have like a guy throwing a ball at a thing, and if you can't hit the thing, the little target, then the guy doesn't get dunked. That's the fun part of it. So we're going to take that out of it, and it'll just be like a cord. Or we thought about renting a pitching machine, but now I think this is already ridiculous enough. We might just be getting a little too ridiculous renting a pitching machine to throw the ball at the dunk tank thing. No, we're just going to have a person pull a cord. When the donations reach the number, we'll have a person pull a cord, and then we'll reset. I'll catch my breath, we'll start over again, and then it'll have to be another $100, or maybe even in increments, like $105 for the next one, $110 for the next one. And then whenever we get to that increment, you pull the thing. And maybe there's some, backup plans in there, but we'll work on that on our end. So, what? We have not rented a dunk tank yet. We're working on the logistics. And I'm sort of assuming that a dunk tank is not going to be something that will be hard to find during this part of the season. It's not Mayfair. I found half a dozen places within driving distance that claim to have them. So,
But don't forget it's Memorial Weekend.
I have my thumb over the mic, so that's good to know. Yeah, I got my phone in its case. We would have everything set up better with the phone. So, what do you think of the idea of doing a dunk tank for the subpoena order that we just received from was it DC District Court? It denied the quashing of the subpoena. So we'll read all the things about the separation of powers and about why a subpoena of this nature really can't be denied under these circumstances. And we'll go over the ins and outs of that for what'll end up being like 3 hours, because it might even be longer depending upon how many dunks there are. But I'm really assuming that we're not going to have a million dunks. But yeah, you increase the money needed for each dunk, so that way it doesn't just become a backlog of dunks. And then we also have to figure out, what do you do if there is like a queue or chain of dunks? Do I just get back on the thing and immediately get dunked? That's not very fun, or like there needs to be some kind of like suddenness or unexpectedness to it on my part, so you can see my reaction. And I wonder if we could even set up a slow-mo camera. Setting up replays is going to be hard. I don't know how to do that. So somebody will have to just clip it. We could maybe try to play it in 60 frames so that people could clip it and slow it down and see it in that way. I don't know. We could find a tank that's on a trailer. We could put the tank on a trailer. We have a trailer. We could. So there's a trailer over here someplace behind that van. I'm holding the phone crooked. Yeah, there's my. I can't because I got my arm's getting tired. We could put the dunk tank. I don't have to have the net in front of the dunk tank, so it could be, you're going to see your unobstructed view of me. The plan is for me to wear a lawyer suit. I think I'm going to go get one, like a cheaper suit that I can. I'll try to find a nice looking one, but a cheaper one that I can get dunked in, because I don't think chlorinated tap water is good for suits. So I'm assuming I'm gonna need to buy a suit. But we'll get a dunk tank and a suit, and read the court's opinion, I guess, off of like a waterproof tablet or something. It's certainly not going to be cue cards for 90 minutes of material. So I guess we'll have to figure out how to waterproof the... Oh, see, I did it again. I keep putting my thumb over the mic, because how else do you hold a phone and the mic is on the side of the phone like that? Sorry. How much of that did you miss? All of it? Yeah, you missed all of that, didn't you? What are we raising money for? Well, we were thinking about doing it for charity, but then we also realized that we could do it for us. Like, our channel could use the money to grow. YouTube has demonetized many of our videos, and it would be an opportunity for us to, make a video and a thing that would raise us money. So it would be like our sponsors donating to us directly. And someday here we're going to be taking the channel in a more non-profit direction. So I'm just waiting to take that plunge, and frankly, having a little bit of extra funds would help me hire the tax accountant that I need to hire to do all the work to make sure that everything's above board. I don't just want it to be me verifying everything. I want it to be a above board kind of thing. Anyway, so what was I saying that you guys missed? Dunk tank, suit. We would make it so that I'm dunked unexpectedly, so like I don't have a warning. I'd read the court's opinion off of a waterproof tablet or something like that. We'll see what I can find there. Maybe they make something for my... No, I don't think the Surface would work, because there's no way to hook an external power supply to the thing. Like just the screen. I'll work on that. So this will probably be Sunday. I think we're thinking about doing this Sunday. I have to call around places, find the dunk tank now, and go from there. If you want to join our discussion on this, you can find it on our Discord channel. The Lawful Masses Discord channel link should be someplace there. And we were discussing it in patrons. If you're not a patron, we can probably change the discussion to either a temporary dunk tank channel. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I think I'll open a temporary dunk tank channel so we can discuss the idea and see what we can do with this. So let me know your ideas and your thoughts on this. I think it's a cool idea. It feels a little bit crazy, like just crazy enough to be fun. And it's the beginning of summer here, so it should be a fun way to start the summer. You get to see a lawyer reading a court opinion. The court opinion's really what I'm doing here. The court opinion is really important. It shows all about the separation of powers, how important it is to have checks and balances between branches of government. And I want you guys to pay attention to it. So if you are anxiously waiting, anticipating me getting dunked at any moment, you might pay attention to the thing. Or maybe more people will watch it because of the nature of dunking a lawyer who's trying to read a court opinion in a nice suit. Yeah, I think that'll be fun. What do you think? And we're still over my parents' Wi-Fi connection. Okay, so this might actually work. This might actually work from here. I'm not going to do it using the phone. I just was using the phone as a test, because if the phone works, I'll bet you hardwired equipment will work fine. All right, cool. Well, we'll get it scheduled and announced and everything shortly here, so subscribe and pay attention to the community tab. I guess I'll post it there. Patrons will get a thing on Patreon. Sponsors will get a thing on Sponsus. Discord will have an announcement, and Twitter will be there. So follow me on one of those platforms, and I'm sure you'll hear about it. Okay? So thank you for joining me for this test live stream. I love you all, and I'll see you, I guess, on Sunday. I'm not committing to the date yet. I want good weather. I get cold easily, so we're gonna figure out the good weather too. But I really want it to happen soon. This is a timely thing, and I want to strike while the iron's hot. You know what I mean? So let me just see. It's not going to be only on Patreon. It's Patreon or sponsors. The stream will be publicly available. What I might do is make the pre-stream. We might do all a setup stream where we interact with the audience and everything while we're getting everything set up, and you guys can see everything getting delivered and done for maybe the first 3 hours before the stream, and then the public stream will be the actual dunk tank thing. So you don't have to be a Patreon or sponsor to watch and enjoy, but the donations will be the thing driving the dunks. Maybe I'll throw a couple freebies in there. We'll figure something out. Working on that right now. Working on is the idea even possible? So if it's possible, it looks like it's possible, we're gonna do it. It looks like we'll be doing it. Let's see if I can do this here. It looks like we'll be doing it. I just muted myself again, didn't I? It looks like we'll be doing it here in the yard, and setting up here underneath here. I should be able to see a screen, and like an assistant should be able to see a screen and make changes to scenes, because I'll use the TV switcher that we bought last year. Here, have some dogs. We'll use the TV switcher. We'll use 2 or 3 cameras. We'll do it in 60 frames if we can, and I'll just ask my parents not to download Game of Thrones while we're streaming. Okay. So thanks for joining. I will talk to you guys. I'll probably see you for the Sunday show. I guess will we do the Sunday show? We'll figure all that out. Anyway, love you.